Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Brett. Huge thanks to Brett and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Now, I'd already planned on making this commander, but this was the one that Brett wanted, so I get to kill two birds with one stone. Brett reached out asking for a deck led by Prismari, the Inspiration, and I was more than happy to build it for him. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Prismari the Inspiration is a 7-mana 7/7 legendary Elder Dragon with flying and ward, pay 5 life. He also makes it so that instants and sorcery spells we cast have Storm. Storm is a keyword that is so infamous, WotC uses it as their scale for whether or not a mechanic will be reprinted. Don't believe me? Google Magic Storm Scale and you'll see all kinds of results. This entire article explains the Storm Scale and lists other broken mechanics, but Storm can simply be explained this way. Spells that have Storm are copied for each other spell cast before it this turn. Not necessarily spells cast by us, but any spells. Creatures, non-creatures, spells cast by our opponents, all of them add to the Storm count. Which means if 4 spells were cast prior to us casting Nexus of Fate, we take 5 extra turns. However, that would be a bracket 4 deck, and we are firmly in bracket 3. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from new sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lanes and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. Sometimes I'm building commander decks, other times I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, but you're always welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Starting off our land base, we're running Command Tower and Exotic Orchard, both great budget cards that can go in just about any multicolored Commander deck. Next up, we've got Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Wooded Foothills, Polluted Delta, and Bloodstained Mire. If you're new to Magic, you might not know that these are called fetch lands. Additionally, fetch lands have no color identity, so even though it says Swamp, it doesn't mean the card has a black color identity. They can also be used to find cards like Steam Vents, Thundering Falls, Turbulent Springs, Volatile Fjord, Molten Tributary, Scorched Geyser, and Coastal Peak. These are referred to as typed lands. Next up, we've got some dual-colored lands in Training Center, Stormcarved Coast, Sulphur Falls, Riverpire Verge, Cascade Bluffs, Shivan Reef, Riverglide Pathway, Frostboil Snarl, and Is It Boilerworks. Gotta make sure we have the mana to cast our spells. Finally, we've got 4 islands and 4 mountains. Basics are not to be underestimated. Our mana ramp package begins with Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, Mana Geyser, Seething Song, Strike It Rich, Rite of Flame, Brass's Bounty, and Flick a Coin, all serving as rituals. For mana rocks, we've got Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Thought Vessel, Decanter of Endless Water, Chromatic Lantern, Thrawn Dynamo, and Gilded Lotus. For thematic ramp, we're also running Resonating Lute, Stormkiln Artist, Descent into Avernus, Electro Assaulting Battery, and Burgi, God of Storytelling. Finally, for land ramp, we're running Wayfarer's Bauble and Solemn Simulacrum. Told you those basics would come in handy. For card advantage, we've got Flashback, Jessica's Will, Archmage Emeritus, Solve the Equation, Rhystic Study, Niv Mizzet Perun, Windfall, and Echo of Eons. We're also running a small cantrip package in Gitaxian Probe, Frantic Search, Brainstorm, Preordain, Opt, Consider, Demand Answers, and Thrill of Possibility. Cantrips, along with rituals, help us to up our storm count. Also, for every 2 cantrips we're running, we can cut a land. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Prismari Charm, Prismari Command, Snap, Lightning Bolt, Insult Injury, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Counterspell, Negate, Abrade, Swan Song, Pongify, Chaos Warp, Narset's Reversal, Arcane Denial, and Commit Memory. Quick note on multimodal cards like Prismari Charm and Prismari Command. If these spells are getting copied, whichever mode or modes you choose get copied. You don't get to make new choices for them for each copy. For board wipes, we've got Cyclonic Rift, Earthquake, Magma Quake, Delayed Blast Fireball, Reckless Endeavor, and Blasphemous Act. Why so many? We're not running a lot of creatures, so we need to have some responses ready if some token player points their army of rabbits against us. The core of our deck consists of Vivi Ornithir, Thousand Year Storm, Ral Storm Conduit, and Arcane Bombardment. Protecting our plan, we've also got Hexing Squelcher. Gotta make sure we can cast what we want when we want. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 57 mana sources split between 31 lands and 26 pieces of ramp. I know we're light on lands, but that's fine because we also have 16 pieces of card advantage split between 8 pieces of ramp and 8 cantrips. For every 2 cantrips, we can cut a land, but you only want to do this in decks that care about cantrips. 15 pieces of interaction, 6 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory and Echo of Eons, 1 Sudden I Win card in Ral Storm Conduit. Actually, our real combo is Insult Injury and Lightning Bolt. We need to have Insult be the 4th spell cast. This means all damage dealt by us is doubled 4 times, or 2 to the 4th, or times 16. That way our Lightning Bolt deals 48 damage. And there will be 5 of them on the stack. Our deck is designed to get Prismari onto the battlefield as quickly as possible, and then create huge storm turns. This is a deck that your table will hate to play against. But if they're the type to build a Brago King Eternal Heir Apparent deck, they deserve to sit there and watch you storm off for 5 minutes. Are you building a Prismari the Inspiration Commander deck? What's your secret deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to Mentor to Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Golden Walker, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Luke, Brian, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.